What you can expect is the first prelim of the night for you to be going like, holy this is the first prelim of the night? This is insane. This isn't even right. These two shouldn't be on the first prelim of the night.
Alright, what's going on, guys? It's the UFC Savant. So, after failing to drop major UFC 300 news to help fuel Steve will do its gambling addiction on Tuesday night, Dana White announced that he would be going live last night, Wednesday night, to drop major UFC 300 news. So, everyone was waiting around, speculating on what it could be. A lot of theories were Bilal versus Edwards 2, which we all know is very likely going to be on the card, but it would be nice to get some confirmation. Another one people were talking about is the Pereira versus Jamal Hill matchup, the return of Jamal Hill. That's another matchup that could be made, two open fighters that could fight for a title. So everyone's sitting around all day waiting for the banner to go live on their phones. Dana White is going live now on Instagram. So he finally does go live, and everyone's in there. Thousands of people are joining. Everyone is wondering what it could be. And he announces that the return of Power Slab is live right now on Rumble. So, smart play by Dana. Thousands of people joined. Everyone thought he was going to be announcing the fights. He then says, for all you maniacs, I'll be announcing the fights in 20 minutes. So, everyone said, okay, that's fine, 20 minutes, that's cool. We know we're going to get some big news when Dana White goes live. Let's wait for it. So, everyone was waiting. And waiting. And waiting. And finally, Dana White, who had the audacity to not even go live on Instagram, knowing what this announcement was going to be, just posted a reel on his Instagram feed that was a UFC 300 title fight. I'm sure you guys saw at the beginning of the video, it was, wait for it, Zhang Weili to defend her title against Xiaonan on UFC 300. On UFC 300. Not 299. Not 301. Not 302. UFC 300. Where you heard in the beginning of this video Dana White saying he wants people to react to the first prelim of that night going, wow. This is what the first prelim is? I can't imagine what the rest of the card is going to be. Now, I get it. There's a lot of people that are going to think, oh, these people are just saying it because it's a woman's fight. No. What I want to see on UFC 300 is bangers. Fights that I know are going to go crazy, get scrappy, and likely end in a knockout, a crazy submission, guys bleeding, all that. Instead, we have what I would predict to be a Zhang Weili dominant wrestle fuck for 5 rounds. Now, if I'm a casual for not wanting to see something like that, then okay, that's fine. Call me a casual. But then you have UFC shills like Nina Drama in comments saying, only the casuals are crying. This is a badass fight. And people in Dana White's comments. I hope and I think this comment is just to get interactions. But there are people seriously saying stuff like this. Only casuals don't understand how much of a banger this is. No, I hate the fan that thinks that hardcore fans only have to watch these extremely technical fights and can't just enjoy crazy slugfests. Justin Gaethje cracking it out with some Max Holloway or something. I don't know if that fight would be on the card, but some crazy fight that you know is going to be a banger. Not two women planting their muffs on top of each other for 25 minutes. That is not what I want to see. I want to see fucking Dricus du Plessis and Adesanya fighting over the fucking whatever the hell their shit's about. Something like that. Something intriguing. Two guys that have a purpose and want to slug it out. I am not. Even if this was Grasso Shevchenko, who they didn't have the most entertaining rematch, it was an entertaining fight though. But I know that they're gonna be that even if they put great fights before and after it, I know that they are going to stink it up. I know that this is gonna be holy shit, that was crazy. Holy shit, that was crazy. And then you're watching, and there are some fights you know are gonna be over in 3 minutes. They just come out, go crazy, or they're entertaining up until the decision. And with certain fights, you just know that there's always the potential that there is going to be a flash knockout, some crazy shit happens. You can't be confident with this fight. Zhang Weili and Xiaonan could go out there and have a slugfest. I'm not saying that that's out of the realm of a possibility, but you can't. It's not a fight that you know is gonna be a certified banger. Watch, Weili's last fight against Lemos. Dominant performance, great performance. Weili and the strawweight fighters are my favorite women's division in the UFC. I think they're the most technical. I think they are the best fighters, but it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous because the UFC, which has gained such a massive audience over the past couple years, yet the COVID boom, all that. When you see that number, UFC 300, I think now more than ever, more than 100, more than 200, with the audience that it has now, you want and you expect every fight to be a banger. I know I keep saying it, but that's how Dana White was advertising it, and yeah, you just now Dana White. Apparently, there are more fights that are going to be announced tonight. Supposedly, he's going to go live or deliver them, however, but he's probably going to go live and announce that there's a new update for the Power Slap mobile game, and that he will go live again in 30 minutes with more breaking news. Then go live in 5 hours and announce I don't know, announce that Roxanne Modafferi is coming back to make her another title run in the UFC or something. I don't know. It really does suck, and the whole theory. You see Guru promoting this theory, and it's so true. They stacked the hell out of 299 because of O'Malley's lack of star power. The UFC wants to boost it up. That's a whole other thing you could get into. That's his thing. I've already made whatever. The fight's getting announced. I'm hoping it's Pereira versus Hill, Bilal Edwards too. Those will be good. I'm holding out for the potential that next weekend's title fight, Strickland du Plessis, depending on how quick that ends, depending on how injured those guys get, maybe they could make an appearance on the fight. If Adesanya could fight one of those two, it would 100% save the card. And there's other fights that are going to get announced. I get it on the main card. But you got to think only one more main card fight. Because you have Charles versus Arman Tsarukyan, which you know is going to be on the main card. No, obviously. That's a number one contenders fight. And then one more, because if Weili and Xiaonan are on the fight, there's gotta be at least two more title fights, which are Edwards and Bilal and Pereira Hill, or Adesanya and du Plessis or Strickland, the winner of that fight. So you got one more main card fight, which is crazy. Look at 299 and then look at 300. I'd be in support of shuffling it up. I'm just saying, but yeah, that's the point. I think Dana White is drinking too much of the oil. Dana White's drinking too much of the oil that people are gonna telling him that they're gonna lather him up with, whatever. I don't know what it is. It's weird, and yeah, it's like the UFC knows. They know They 100% know. So, all in all, Dana's going to lay off the oil, get his head straight, make this card a banger. I get that it's one fight, but it's 25 minutes. It's over a third of an hour in the post fight. It's going to, every title fight that goes in, that lasts for the entire decision, because they do the post fight interview, massive announcements. Bruce Buffer does massive announcements. This is going to take up an hour of the night. Okay? Pereira versus Hill. I guarantee you that fight does not make it the distance. And if it does, it is going to be a slugfest. So, I don't know, man. We're going to have to see. I get it. It's one fight. This card isn't completely jeopardized, but I don't know. Let's see what Dana announces. Let's see if he's in the kitchen cooking, chefing something up. So, thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. Let me know if you agree, disagree. Any thoughts, whatever. Thank you.